crisp packet.
Potato chip. I heard a crunching sound. Somebody eating potato chips.
I heard a
Potato
rustle.
chips, right? No, I can't. No, the British in me. The British. It's good.
Oh, no. If this is annoying you because of the Britishness, we should introduce you to our friend Fred at some point.
Fred sounds like a euphemism, but sure.
She gets very inquisitive, would you say is the correct word about British cuisine?
British.
Yes.
All we do is we
British.
take whatever looks like the biggest pile of goop, stick some salt in it, and call it food.
Oh, no. I
It's got to
brought
go
up...
between bread.
Despite the fact that you enslaved the only fucking place on Earth where spices naturally grow. Why didn't you use that which you pilfered?
Like,
Clearly they didn't like it.
I brought up beans on toast to Fred at one point, and it just freaked her out.
To be fair, beans on toast is a travesty.
Jack, can you please hand in your British card?
He doesn't like cheese either, which is like,
Where are you throwing him?
No, I don't like strong cheese. I don't mind a bit of a mental.
That's fair.
If I'm eating something and I can't taste what I'm eating for the cheese that's on it, then the cheese is too strong.
I'm sorry, that just reminds me, I keep getting advertised these things on Facebook called cheese bombs. Where it's supposed to be like, it's supposed to be like a really strong cheddar cheese.
What?
And it's like shaped into a ball with wax around it that makes it look like a little bomb. And I kind of want to test it just because I like myself some really nice strong cheddar. Like, what's that one that we normally get? It's the really strong cheddar, I forget. Comes in a red packet.
I just want to point out that our math is an absolute fucking travesty.
Oh. Yeah. I won't mind, I've cleaned this off once. I cleaned this off once and it keeps happening. Either way. Greetings everyone and welcome back to the Dark Tides of Runeterra.
Did you forget we were supposed to be introducing?
Yeah, I almost started with quite literally a case of last time. I quite literally forgot I hadn't even done the intro yet.
Boy, Governor, had to start talking about the cheese and beans there, mate.
It's all British, right?
It's alright, you can all go about shooting each other. We shiv each other like proper men.
God, I've gone off on another bloody tangent here again. Because we were on about this before. Where I think Jack caught a bit of it when we went to Manchester. I've discovered that my female voice I use, because I'm trans, and I was trying to use my female voice a bit more, is essentially the white lady's voice. So I end up going French. And I don't know why. It's just, oh yes, talking normal that lot. Get off, end up. And then it goes a bit more like this with the kind of accent. And it's like, I don't know why this happens. I've just conditioned myself to be like this.
Could be worse.
Yeah, it could be worse. I could slip into Italian like that one time I tried to give the recap. Either way, last time. You all woke up on the Sentinel's Island. You said your goodbyes. You reacquainted yourself with Phoenyrie, or for those who had not been there when they used to travel, met Phoenyrie for the first time. You kind of pretty much aggressively, passive-aggressively threatened the Solari member that if he ever tries to do anything, he's dead meat.
Probably beat you to it, cry about it.
And then you dropped him off, sorry, him being Phoenyrie, at Targon, where both him and Kuiper had a vision of the Star Dragon. Then you went to Piltover docks, not Zon docks, where you kind of got in the between an awkward stare as Waffleberg catapulted himself off the ship. Is Waffleberg alive or dead? Who knows?
He literally screamed at us as he left. I'm pretty sure he's chosen alive.
Remember, it's not the flight that kills you, it's the landing.
We have a stone. We've talked to him.
I mean, yeah, they could always just call him up.
Are you alive?
Careful.
Yes, but I need a new leg.
No.
It's fine, it need a replace.
Waffleberg is not alive. I mean, Waffleberg also.
Actually, I
did
feel like his
get
first
back.
question would be, "Who is this?"
Are you alive? Who is this? What are you going on about?
Who are you? Why are you calling me? What is this stone? Throws it off into the trees. Damn it!
And
I
then
might
just,
have needed
yeah,
that.
he's just looking. He does the whole Edna line. Good God, you got fat.
So, after that, you went to Rel's house because you needed some information on how to do a jailbreak. She was one of the highlighted areas that where you could find out this information. Unfortunately, you got kind of sidetracked because as soon as you landed, you got met with a Minotaur.
Mine started inviting us to a party.
Yes, and you all decided to go to the party. So,
It's gonna be.
Are you sure? I don't know. That makes me feel like I'm not gonna be fine. I mean, I'm not here. Sorry.
the funniest part about it is, technically he said, oh yeah, no, that's later on, and we were going to have a little scene explaining the jailbreak thing, but Dion's not here at the moment. So,
So we can't explain the jailbreak.
I mean, technically everyone else can ask about it, but that is pretty much where we're picking up at Terrell's house after you've been invited to a party. Oh yeah, and
No.
Vex wandered off to Noxus.
I'm still a little. If I remember correctly, we're on the boat.
Oh yeah, because you were parking the boat up, and you'd seen another little party wander over to you. One of them became a tiny Alari and made odd noises towards you all.
Wow, wow, wow.
Well, congratulations, Green Bird thing. You're not the weirdest thing I've seen today.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Also, you should see a doctor.
I'll have you know I'm perfectly healthy.
No, well, okay. I won't argue about it. Stubborn is what stubborn isn't. So, while we're moving the boat, nice boat-ish, kind of, not my style. Not enough cannons and not enough spikes and other things.
Is there anything anyone is doing?
Yes, actually. Fright's looking at the party members. I suppose two questions should be asked. Which one looks to be the more intellectual, and which one looks to be the more tasteful?
Tasteful as in...
A multitude of things. Someone that if I ask a question, it's not going to become a whole situation, while at the same time, easy on the eyes.
Make me an insight.
Okay. I roll a 1, get Mariah.
So, it's 17. As
Yes.
you're looking at the party, you feel like the most intellectual of them. Probably...
Actually, 23.
Oh.
Sorry, I do get advantage with insight
Okay.
because of Rune Conquer.
You feel like the most intellectual would be the small Yordle wearing a hat and probably with a book at their side. The most tasteful Well, that depends. If you're going off fashion or out like that, everyone has their own fashion tastes, depending on the regions. If you're after taste, I hate to say this, someone's going to clip this or something. Apparently, Mariah tastes like purple.
Oh,
Oh.
I'm not a big purple person, so
Oh.
that one.
If you can rule that out, then Alekxander's got the most exposed flesh.
I mean, that is true. He really does, and it is shining. Sprite's gonna look to the small little white Yordle with the big hat, and the book. Is it fun to read?
He takes a few moments, puts his head up, is like, "Oh, yes, sorry for being rude. Who are you?"
You know. Oh, apologies. We had introduced earlier, but that was earlier. Fright. You can call me Fright. And if I remember correctly, you're Kuiper? Kuiper? Kuiper.
He
Yes.
he smiles, he's like, "Kuiper." He holds a hand out.
He will take the hand, but his hand is probably significantly bigger than yours. Also has those like really cool gold like finger armor things that end in spikes. And they are sharp, so it's one of those things that you might have to be careful.
He goes to like clasp with his other hand and then just decides against it.
Probably smart. Handshakes and Noxus can be great bonding experience, or could mean the end of you.
Immediately checks his hand.
You're fine.
So, you mentioned something about a party.
Yes, a party. We enjoy our parties. I mean, Noxus is the living embodiment of work hard, play harder.
A few
Condition.
questions.
Yes, ask away.
Number one, what shouldn't we say at this party?
Well, try not to mention the whole Black Rose issue that you all are apparently having. As much as people don't like the Black Rose, they are still a major political player, and quite frankly, they do have sway within the city. I would also refrain from any statements about some of the higher ups, especially men that look a little bit too military. Just politely smile and wave, and if they ask you questions, just answer them. If one of them looks like an old fuck, well, you should probably be careful how you answer them. If someone's old and Noxus, it means they've survived, and that's a terrifying thing. But other than that, the party's rather laid back. A bit of freeness. We have a common understanding with other individuals, and so you can kind of just be yourself if you so deem.
He's been taking notes. He's just like, very well.
If I might ask, where are you from, my friend?
I am, well, everywhere, but I normally say Targon.
You are from everywhere, but you normally say Targon. So you've done a bit of traveling in your day.
He shrugs and nods.
Fascinating. I've never been to Targon.
Are you born and bred in Noxus?
Born and bred is, yes, not Noxus Prime, but in a Noxus, yes. And I have, for the majority of my life, lived within, but I've done a fair bit of traveling as well. Although I will admit, traveling in quotation marks when it comes to particular places. I've been to the Freljord and Ionia, although not on tourist reasonings, if that makes sense.
Alexander, did you have something to say earlier?
No?
Sorry, I
Oh.
thought I heard you.
But
Alexander,
I do have-
you might have heard him just. Alexander's trying to see which of these pieces of furniture is the heaviest. He's not sure what to do with himself right now.
Hmm.
Push-ups.
Well, if you like heavy furniture, heavy things, you'll love Noxus.
Alexander has the carrot dangling in front of him, and carrot is party. This makes Alexander impatient. Alexander has important tasks, but seeing as task involves having to go to a party, Alexander thinks he
Yes.
can allow himself to get a little excited.
Your important task. I'm curious about that. You are going to Freljord to break someone out of a prison?
That is correct,
the-
yes.
Yes. If I may ask, do you currently have an idea, a plan?
That is the reason we are here in Noxus in the first place. Supposedly, we should be able to. We're here to talk to someone who is a bit of an expert on this sort of thing, or at least has some experience in the sector, if you will. Alexander has never broken out of a prison before because he's never allowed himself to get stuck in one in the first place. So Alexander's not a kind of going in a little blind here.
We were told Rel had some experience in the sector.
Yes, I mean, well, it wasn't a prison, but she's fairly good at breaking out of places that are meant to keep you contained. Well, I mean, if there's one person to go to, she would be the one. Might I ask, do you know your enemy, the opposition of your task, the ones keeping your wife? I remember you had mentioned the Ice Witch earlier.
That's the one.
Yes. Do you know how to take her on? You might have to in this situation.
Very few things in this world that Alexander never really dreamed about fighting, and admittedly, Lysandra is probably one of them. You are not taught to fear very much in the Freljord, but she is one of the exceptions to this rule. Alexander's usual plan of combat is big stabby thing usually stops things from moving if you cut off enough limbs.
That's a good plan of combat. There are many soldiers that go into battle with that combat, and it treats some of them well until they come across an enemy that has more limbs than they have time in their life. And that, though, from understandings, by the sounds of it, if this Lysandra, you may want to figure out a little bit more about it. I don't know much, I will admit, and what I know is only stories and legends. I've only been to the Freljord a few times, and even then not far into it, and not really too close to the homes of the primary tribes. Although I have seen the Bearmen, delightful individuals. They have a good love of their own personal xenophobia. But I mean, the other beautiful thing is you are going against a monarchy. If I am correct in that, Lysandra does see herself as a queen, correct?
I was never into this this witch to really understand her thinking. It's not high on Alexander's to-do list.
Quite frankly, here in Noxus, all you have to do to get somebody against something is just point it and say, it's wearing a crown! We tend to get looked at as the bad guys in situations, but we're very good at what we do, and what we do is bringing equality to the people. Making sure that all individuals have a chance to prove themselves without the whole idea of divine right or gods choose everything.
Out of curiosity, who is currently piloting the ship?
Oh, we're still on.
I imagine it's probably Potoo because he's up in that general vicinity.
Aye,
If
Oh,
you
good.
notice, I texted what he's probably doing aside from piloting.
yeah.
We're still on the ship.
You were just moving it to one side so it's hidden.
Mhm.
So, you carefully just land it, and as it comes to a stop, you can just about still see Rail's house from where you are, but if you were to look from any other angle at where your ship is, it's neatly hidden in a tree line.
It should be fine.
And as you make your way back to Rail's hut, she's managed to get things sorted out again, just tidied up a bit after not having expected as much company over as she's had today. So you wanted to talk about something?
Oh, what?
Mhm.
You wanted to talk
Oh
about
God,
something, didn't you?
have they forgotten the whole reason they came here? That's gonna be awkward.
Oh,
No.
no.
Alexander is sort
No.
of looking at everyone like, how? How have you forgotten?
I heard
Almost looks
Neon say
insulted for
something and cut
once.
out.
It was like, oh, right, no, we were, asking you before, like, about the jailbreak. Like, breaking Alexander's wife out of the ice.
Alexander was about to get a bit insulted, you'd all forgotten.
Didn't forget, it was just,
I didn't forget, my owner forgot.
Alexander just touched the party, comically.
I've literally just got out of a car from Liverpool.
Oh,
I'm just imagining just Potoo lands the ship, walks off to the house, just Delris just gets out of a random car.
I've just got back.
Yes, we were told you had experience with. He sort of echoes jailbreaking.
I mean, I guess it was kind of a jail in a way, or like a kind of a prison, but it was also a school.
Alexander is so already getting very concerned of where this is going.
I think I've brought it up before when we talked about how the Black Rose kind of made me a weapon in one of the, and she'll do air quotes for this, schools. And
Mm-hmm.
they don't seem too keen on letting those kind of people go, so yeah, I had to jailbreak.
Well, Alexander's wife is being held prisoner by a crazy ice witch.
Lysandra, if you've ever heard of them.
Can't say that I have.
She likes collecting our kind, just kind of points to herself and Alexander. Iceborns.
Oh, I was about to say humans.
No, Iceborns who are kind of more like, more connected to the magic of the Feliord. We're resistant to ice, kind of tend to live longer, but she likes collecting us, freezing us in ice.
So
To
it's less a case of you're expecting to be captured and you need to break out of somewhere, and more you need to break into somewhere to break someone out.
Yeah. We need to get someone out. Because Alexander's wife has been taken and has been captured, so.
Well, best thing you can do is try and scope out the place. Try and see if you can find some kind of back door or secret entrance or somewhere less guarded that'll get you access into there. Try and get a good feel for the layout of the place. It always helps to also have a distraction.
Hmm.
And once you've found it, try and get out as fast as you can without making a sound. And if you make a sound, get out even faster.
Have you met us?
No,
Yeah, that
no, she's onto something.
yeah,
We
that's why
have
I had to add that last part.
we have the noisemakers make as much noise as possible. Somewhere else.
I guess so.
Maybe as a last resort.
Yeah,
But it would work, right?
yeah.
Out of curiosity, do you know what kind of individuals would be guarding your prisoner? What dangers you might face? Have you done any research at all at this point?
No idea.
We've been face to face with her. Remember, I think she was full of
Yes.
herself.
Yeah, but we never
Well,
got
that's
to
good.
see where the prisons were.
No, he didn't.
Ah, yes.
Uh,
But did you see any of the guards? Did you see any of the soldiers, the type of armor they wear, the weapons they use, the perceptiveness of their nature? Um, any of it?
We did ferry one of them back to this.
Well, it was like a troll. Ice troll. Plus, she has the thrall.
And tell me about these thralls.
They're
Are
like,
they the term thrall means puppeted? Are they intelligent?
not really. They work for her.
And that will probably be your primary target. The majority of the individuals within the prison will probably end up being something of that nature, unless she's smart, unless she's not as arrogant as she believes. Then in that case, it might be normal individuals. But with normal individuals comes even more simplicity. You can get around them, you can persuade them, you can converse with them, and you can easily kill them. With puppets, that's more difficult.
you said trolls, didn't you?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
From what I've heard, they've had one or two of them at the Noxus arenas before. Kind of arrogant, love to have a fight. If they're the ones that are the main bulk of the army, then you could probably distract them with that.
Probably. That kind of means looks directly at Alexander. You wanted to fight with the troll friend of hers, didn't you?
Gets out a small book that Alexander keeps on him.
Trundle.
Alexander waits for his book to load.
You wanted to fight.
You know, I
believe-
think that's the only piece of literature he has.
Alexander's refreshing the book.
I believe it was Trundle you wanted to fight.
Alexander's waiting for the entire world to load again. Alexander tries the book again, sees it loads this time. Alexander did not put down name, he simply put down King of Trolls. Alexander does not ask name of all people who goes in list.
Sorry, you have a list? What? Might I ask what the list is for?
It is a list of things that Alexander desires to fight at some point in his life. Things that he either did not have much of a chance to fight with, or things that Alexander did not have a chance to fight at all.
You see,
At
we have
some
bucket
point.
lists. He has punch it lists.
I suppose actually, no, you stay there.
At some point, it's very tempting, but we're going to do the party first, and then we're going to, since you're on a time crunch, I really want to bring you to the arena. I think you'd have a fun time.
There is an arena here. Alekxander has
Oh, there
faced
is
in
an
much smaller
arena.
arenas in the Freljord, but you have a
Oh,
proper one over
no.
here?
It is proper. It is magnificent, and it is fantastic.
Yeah, if you can get over who runs it.
I mean, it only
Yes.
takes one good, well-powered jump to do that, usually.
Who runs it?
I mean, oh, well, I mean, since we were talking about arrogance, a man that exudes arrogance.
Wait, who are we talking about?
Draven.
When you
Oh.
equate Noxus with
Is
arrogance,
she okay?
I'm sorry, did you just say Draven? Is that exactly who Alexander's thinking of?
Why,
Just like
why,
crouching,
why, why,
crouch down,
why is Delris's eyes spinning round in circles?
just crouch
Um,
down, like hands on head, like no.
Oh, Alexander
hello?
could get a piece of this arena.
she had a
what,
mildly traumatizing experience back at
What?
the Shadow
What?
Isles.
well, I mean, that tends to happen. The man is known as the hunter of men.
What are you after?
He goes out of
Okay,
his way to kill
second.
people. Like he's
I mean-
Oh
the
no, it's not a
executioner.
killing thing.
He kind of looks up. He's like, I mean, he's technically my
Yay.
boyfriend, I guess. So
He's your boyfriend?
my sister's boyfriend. Gross.
I
No.
have no
Your
idea.
Oh yes, the sister that you haven't, the sister that I haven't met yet. Yes. Wait, hold on,
It should bring,
hold on.
it should bring that up, by the way. Where you accidentally mistake Draven for her boyfriend. You see what seems to be a vulture like Aarakocra with a flower on their head next to them, just kind of go into a bit of a panic, like, and then you see the form kind of shift for a brief second before going back to what it was.
Okay, hold on. Let's step back a little bit. Your sister is dating Draven.
Kind of.
Kind of. Okay,
Ye-
good. So she already knows that he's kind of a piece of shit womanizer.
Yeah.
Cool, great. He doesn't stay in relationships long.
He's been weird about this one.
Oh, has he been weird about this? I mean, he's weird about a lot of things. He's a weird man.
Yeah, but when he like saved my sister from from ninjas in Ionia, and then when she offered to kind of sleep with him, he said no.
When you offered to, wait, he said no?
He said no,
He said no.
and then he's been a bit like a puppy dog with her ever since.
You know what? I don't feel like we're talking about the same Draven here. Perhaps there's another Draven that they know.
No, it's the same one, sadly.
Same one. Okay. Well.
We-
Oh,
Maybe,
well.
Alex,
maybe they met an imposter.
Alexander
Well,
appears to be
maybe they did.
daydreaming.
I mean, there are several individuals that make it their job to look like him. Perhaps
Yes.
it's not Draven, but a Draven. There are quite a few Dravens.
No, it is the actual Draven. We met Darius as well.
Okay, and this is your first time to Noxus because yes, Black Rose.
Technically,
we
our
have-
second time.
Yeah, they tried to
You know-
lure us into Noxus by impersonating my girlfriend.
Yeah, they'll do that. They will do that. That's why I'm open. Can't impersonate a significant other if the world is my significant other.
See, Alexander respects this man's philosophies. And also I get to talk about Draven for longer, so...
You know Alari's going to, like, kill you if you touch
Alari
it.
can't kill me for what Alari can't... Oh, right, yeah, I'm not going to touch him yet.
I mean, you might
Okay.
have better luck going to that snow place we were in. That Draven was gay.
Yes, the
Uh,
game.
Like you all will fit in quite wonderfully at the party.
Speaking of the party,
Alexander could just
Yes.
admire the goods, man.
a quick thought comes to
Oh,
mind that kind of slipped your mind before. You remember that it's a masquerade type of ball. Therefore,
Oh, yeah.
masks are going to be needed.
We do need masks. That is true. Do any of you have masks?
I do not.
Alexander carries
do
the
not.
minimum amount of clothes required to be decent. No.
I can do this, and she kind of changes her appearance with the masquerade tattoo.
As delightful as that is, the purpose of a masquerade is to actually be wearing a mask. It's about aesthetics. Although it's nice to see that you can do that, if not a little bit creepy watching your skin. Anyways,
Turn the light
on
off.
that,
What kind of mask? Any mask?
well, technically yes, you could wear any mask, but I would go for one that calls out to you, one that fits with your aesthetic.
That is a better
And
phrase.
that,
If
though,
the mask is talking to me, I don't want to touch it.
if the out of
You're-
character, I have to say that's ironic coming from Potoo. In
already have
character, I have to say.
I have enough voices in my head.
In character, I just have to say, the mask isn't literally going to talk to you unless it does, and then oh well. Congratulations, you've got a buddy for the rest of your life. In that case, though, I think we need to go shopping.
Is anyone particularly crafty? We could make our own.
I'm not. Waffleberg was the crafty one, but even then, his would explode.
Yes, he would
Good
always have
point
a detonate
and
button.
good point.
And I don't trust Mariah to craft anything.
I'll craft
No.
for free.
Just an
Alexander
eggplant
would
corpse
like to
carved
remind
into-
Mariah that mask need only go on face and does not need to be a weapon of some description.
Oh no,
Oh.
no weapon.
Weaponized mask.
Why do I imagine it's like I don't trust Mariah to craft anything. Mariah's like, I can craft, slaps down a crafting table from Minecraft. Goes outside to punch a tree.
Okay, I need sticks.
Oh.
Lumber is already a rare enough resource. Okay, we're going shopping.
Okay, Mr. Fright,
Any of
you know
you-
the area. Where do we shop for masks?
Wonderful. Let's go to the merchantry district.
I mean, the funniest part about it is no one trusts Mariah to craft, yet Mariah's dad's a blacksmith.
We trust him, not her.
It's because Mariah's got the same mindset as Waffleberg, which is self-destruct, self-destruct, self-destruct.
with a little bit of Mundo pushed in there.
Yeah, if it doesn't explode, it's not good enough.
That's true.
If it doesn't explode, it
it
needs
is true.
healing.
But yes, so Fright will look. He'll kind of look around, look over to the city. Well,
Oh god, that's what...
are we sure we don't want to put this in port? Are we fine with this being out here?
Less likely for someone to be sneaky on the ship.
Plus, it's
If
where.
anything, this is.
Hey.
If anything, this is more likely for anyone to be sneaky on the ship. But anyways, let's go.
That's
There's
where all
security
the-
measures.
That's where all the pets stay too.
Do you see
Oh,
the
you
Well,
have
except for
pets.
Debbie.
We have pets as well. It's delightful. I think you will enjoy our pets.
You just see the ship take off.
Also, can I just point out Sharky's like appearance changed a little since he became my familiar. Instead of the blue that it was, his skin's now a deep burgundy color.
Sharky's
Out of
just
character, I
drying
should
his head.
probably mention. I should probably mention. Baby Pseudo Dragon is around the neck still, as that appears to be the most comfortable spot to be.
Yeah.
And Debbie stays in the lute, the mandolin. So
So
Oh,
Some of the
should-
feathers
it
on
should
your
be
crest
said,
have definitely gone missing
you're-
with that pseudo dragon around your neck.
You should be very careful. Your little reptilian pal there is a delicacy, and to some individuals, try to keep an eye on him. You
I
wouldn't
will
want
personally eat someone's liver if I
individuals.
take the baby.
Well, yes, you should be very careful. I mean, you wouldn't want some snake cultist from the Snake Isles worshipping some weird snake demon god to take him to, put him in a cage for the rest of eternity.
Mhm.
I understood that reference.
Ugh.
Just
But,
Damodar just somehow slipping his way into this game as well.
Santa, if another one of your characters or somebody else
No,
evil
no,
takes another of
that's
my
your fault.
babies, I'm going to harm you. It's not my
No,
fault.
hold on.
It's
Hold on.
Cody's
No,
fault.
that's Lay's fault. Lay's fault because Lay made Dominator exist in every universe as his main thing.
hey,
No
it
more
wasn't
stealing my babies.
It wasn't just Cody. It was Whisper as well.
It was both of you.
Hey, you leave me out of this.
Technically
ones who
speaking,
did
Aloe
it.
never forgave you guys for that.
Either way. So as you're all heading up towards Noxus, the terrain starts to level out a bit after a while. Seems to become a lot more like an actual pavement going through the fields than just a well-trod road. And you do start to see some slums just dottering around the place, where the more poor of Noxus's civilians live. And as you approach a gate,
I'll
there
just
does
be
seem to-
hold. She's just staying very close to Nico.
Okay. There does seem to be a guard on the gate. He's just looking to you all.
Alekxander approaches
He's going to
without
Evening,
hesitation.
gentlemen.
he's going to just look to a list quick
Go not on a list.
and
They
then
go
look
to
to
the
you all. Alright, oh. Evening there, Fright. Hey,
Oh, hello.
I see you're traveling with new companions.
Yes, fun individuals that have been invited to the party later on.
Is that is that the party I think it is? Galder districts?
Yeah.
Oh, I heard that one's going
Oh,
to be
yeah.
quite fun. Can't make it myself,
Oh.
unfortunately. Got gate duty.
Oh, that is a travesty. Well, you know what? I'll save you a drink and some snacks, and I'll bring them on by for you later.
Oh, if you can do me one better.
Hmm?
I've caught a bit of wind that an old schoolmate of mine is attending.
Oh,
Well, you know how it is. If you could play the most delightful of pranks on them, I'd be most appreciative.
oh, I'll see what I can do. If not, I'll have one of the other ones do it.
Should be
The
easy
only
enough
prank
to
that Alekxander knows is put person for table.
recognise. Extremely pale skin, blue veins.
That's
Yeah.
interesting.
I see who you're talking about now. Yep, I will keep my eye out.
Thanks for that. Alright, you lot can go on past. I would have mentioned his name, but I can't remember what the character's name was. I don't have the book down here with the notes.
Oh, shame.
Excuse me.
It's fine
Piper's
when
got a cold.
it's fine when I remember the name tomorrow in the game where he was introduced. I can get it. But either way, this gate does take you roughly between the Gale district and the Might district. And I think I've got maps somewhere of how this is explained. Basically, Noxus itself is split between three main districts. Guile, Might, and what was the third one? Shit.
Tomfoolery.
Give me a sec. That moment when you've written this down and you've done several sessions in this place, and as soon as you leave it, the memory is gone.
Your brain betrays you.
It has. I'm blaming the heat. I'm honestly blaming the heat. The heat is not helping me out today. Because it's the Trifax Council, so it's split between 3. And I'm trying to remember what the 3 were. It's on this page here. Give me a sec. I don't want the story things. I just want.
Isn't it Guile Might and then just the Immortal Bastion's its own?
No, the Immortal Bastion is like the middle area.
Ah, yes.
Come on, where is it? Yes, that's the wildlife. I know the wildlife. That's culture. Ah, here we go. Vision was the third one.
If I remember correctly, the party is in Guile, right?
Yes.
Yes.
You would know that each of them are ruled over by a main person. The District of Might is Darius's place, essentially put. That is also where the arena is. You've got the Principal of Vision, which is ruled over by. He doesn't like to call himself the ruler of Noxus, but he is the ruler of Noxus, Jericho Swain.
Jericho.
Whereas the Principal of Guile, well, the Guile District, is ruled over by only someone that refers to themselves as the Faceless, who always. They stay basically in the shadows, not revealing what they look like, so they can walk freely among those that would otherwise have their guard up. So basically, no one knows what the Faceless looks like. Aside from Swain, and probably Darius. But you find yourselves going through the gate between the Might and the Gal District. And up ahead, you see a massive shrine. One with a familiar looking face to some of you. As you see the mask of Wolf.
Oh.
And essentially put underneath that, it's like a multi-tiered tower. There's 3 pillars of dark stone holding it up, and in the middle of it all, around 50 foot high, there's an obsidian statue of a seated wolf just watching down on the gate.
Fancy.
Yes, we do enjoy our aesthetics here.
And you would know the perfect place to go shopping for masks for this kind of thing would indeed be the Gal District.
Yes, and that is where we're going.
Okay.
As we go, though, it should be stated that Fright is keeping an eye out for numerous things. Any odd individuals, either of his persuasion or of another persuasion. Also, any birds as well.
Make me a perception check, please.
Not seeing trouble, I guess.
No, he doesn't. He's too busy thinking about the masks.
Yeah, you don't see too much. Everyone else can make me a perception if they want to, though.
Sure.
Just to get a good idea of what it is like here.
Natural 20.
Okay,
So 26.
26. Kuiper gets an 11. And I was about to say what is the rest getting, but
Give me a sec.
1.
22.
What has happened?
Alright. So. Is that everyone that's rolled? You lot have rolled.
I imagine
failed,
Iron is
you-
okay.
Yeah, I think she's BRB because she's muted. So. And you know what? Raka, you can roll me a perception as well.
I don't want you. I want to be lazy.
Nah.
So. Santa, you obviously don't see anything. You're too busy in thought. Alekxander, as you're looking around, just trying to get a good eye on the situation and what's around, your eyes lock onto what seems to be an unusual figure stood off to the side. Just seems to be a female figure at first, and then you see the faint cracks in the skin. The porcelain lady. As you've just been preparing yourself for tonight's festivities, you see a familiar face pass by in Sir Fright. And then you see his companions, and they definitely do not look Noxian to you.
Yay. She would also have her sword like strapped onto her back right now. So it's just big old fucking metal slab.
I figured it'd be best for you to
Laugh.
do that with those because you
Welcome
both
back.
got a 20. Roll me a perception, please. Also, welcome back.
Wow.
You,
Delris ripped.
you're just merely taking notes of what seems to be around, and you do notice that even though there do seem to be lamps adorning the streets here, they seem to be mainly for show, as if they're when it gets to night time, they probably won't function. Mariah, you hear cawing of crows.
Ollie.
Of
Oh.
crows. You
Yeah.
look up. There does seem to be a few crows watching you. Most of them seem normal, albeit probably a little bit bigger than they should be.
They need
And one of them,
Hey,
however,
you are.
one of them, however, does seem to have 6 red eyes just watching you.
Oh, that's absolutely horrifying. Guys, look at this weird bird.
The moment she says weird bird, Fright's hand is already covering her mouth. We don't talk about the birds, dearie.
Can I keep it?
No, we don't talk about the birds.
Why?
Oh, this is going to require an explanation, isn't it?
You have to talk like a bit of a child.
Within this city, you've been to Piltover, right? You've been to Zon.
Yes.
Similar to those, it should always be assumed that somebody's watching you.
So someone's
so again, yes.
Hi!
Oh,
Hi,
God,
Mariah.
no.
Nice to meet you. Send me a message back, please.
You don't want them sending you a message back. The birds work for the bourgeoisie, sweetheart.
Just gonna.
I'm not.
Should I tell them to fuck off then?
No.
You know what? Yes, sure. Go on ahead. Walk out there and tell them to fuck off. It won't be the black roses you'll have to worry about.
Delris is going to grab Mariah by the scruff and drag her away.
Okay.
Oh.
Kuiper, with your 11. You do notice the crows, wants to point it out. And as you see Mariah being dragged away, your gaze just falls upon one of the bigger, normal-looking crows. As it tilts its head, Kuiper! As it just gutturally says your name and then takes off.
Kuiper could not give a more disappointed look.
It should also be stated that the multi-eyed bird is not a crow; it's a raven.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Yeah.
However, Potoo, with your nat 20. So you're just looking around, getting a feel of the place, looking at all the, what you assume are Noxian civilians, and warriors just relaxing for the day. A particular face walks by that just catches your eye, and you seemingly catch theirs as he walks by and just gives you a smile.
Okay. Who be this?
Who do you
Ah,
think this be?
I suck with names. Who is this? I'm serious.
I'll let Lay do this one. Go ahead, Lay.
He doesn't say anything. He just smirks and walks on by.
Ugh. Ugh.
Minor
Ugh.
eye twitch.
Ah! Question, just out of character. Are his eyes currently that color as well, or are they
No.
the pale green?
They're the pale green.
Oh, alrighty, cool. Ugh. Why does it stay dead?
Oh,
Okay.
it's Thresh.
Yeah,
Oh, it
It's
is.
unbound Thresh.
Ah!
hate that.
And I was like, I don't know who this is. I'm like, how do you not know who this is?
I've
We've
not
been over
seen
this.
the Unbound Thresh's
Just because
face
Thresh-
before.
Oh.
Thresh looked different before that whole Unbound Thresh. He used to have a goatee, and I miss the goatee, man. I miss it.
Oh, no. Just a quick side thingy. You want to know the worst part?
Hmm?
Do you know, like, they're bringing out a book based on the Ruination?
Mhm.
They posted art for it, and Human Fresh now has another look. So this
Oh.
is now like 5 or 6 different appearances he has.
Thresh has a freaking plastic surgeon doing this shit to him.
Okay.
He can't
Anyway.
Also, I
decide
would
what he
really-
wants to look like.
I would really like to point out how much Unbound Thresh looks like a young Jericho Swain.
Yeah, everyone's been
Just want
saying
to
that.
point out. Yeah.
So, as you carry on, with Delris just hauling off a muffled Mariah. You do have,
Fright is going to look at one of the other party members. Do you have a muzzle for that one?
Alexander thinks she's a bit too young to be using that sort of thing.
she's a bit too young to be using that kind of thing, is one of the oldest party members.
Also, you don't want to try.
Oh, I'm not. I'm sorry. Yes. Oh well. Anyways,
It's that frigging Gumbo. No, is it Gumbo? I forget. It's that frigging meme where it's just a little kid laughing and it's like, why are you laughing? It's like, who are you calling a kid? I'm 38 years old.
It's almost as bad as.
Anyway, after a bit of walking, you come across the stall that you've been looking for. Run by what seems to be a withered old granny of a Noxian, just hunched over her stall,
Does she
peddling
speak
her
like?
wares. No,
Does she speak like?
no, she speaks like she may have had a stroke once in her life, and that's probably what made her retire from the military. But
That was a very unique question, if I do say so myself.
I imagine a very stern old granny.
she's also just muttering to herself about stolen wares.
Stolen wares.
I imagine post-war Granny.
Potoo, what did you steal?
Nothing. I haven't touched anything.
Bloody bastards coming in here from hours and all sorts of hours, stealing my little
Ooh.
trinkets and. Oh!
But language, what has happened? What's going on?
Some of the little ragamuffins and vagabonds came from that back alley behind me and stole some of my stuff. Stole one of these little mini sun disk looking things and stole an emerald, I think it was. I don't know. But they stole it and that's what matters. And
Do you know where they are currently?
they headed over that way somewhere towards the Might District, I think.
Alexander
Wonderful.
senses we might be off to kick the shit out of something. Alexander likes his
No, they're just children. I would never kick the shit out of them, but I will go and teach them.
One of them was an old lady.
Why'd you
But
say
Alexander wants to
ragamuffin?
break the
Complies
timelines.
with their children. Complies with their children with the word ragamuffin. You know what, though? We'll be right back. You guys feel free to purchase. Have the most heavily delighted the situation, making sure this bitch is for reals, that it's the 20 because advantage. Rune Carver.
Oh, yeah, no, she was telling the truth about being robbed.
Well, I'm meaning making sure that. Well, no, you know what? If she's telling the truth about being robbed, then she's not that. I'll be back. Gotta say hi to a couple palios.
So, as Fright walks off, she'll look to you all. So, I'm assuming you're here for masks for the ball. Everyone else seems to have been today, except for the ragamuffins.
Nods.
I suppose that is why
Yeah.
Alexander is here.
That fright guy invited us, so
Ah, good. Okay. We can do this one of two ways. You can just choose what you want, or I can see if I can get a good reading on you and provide a mask I think would be suitable.
I think you should pick.
Okay.
be fun.
Ooh. So,
She was way too excited about that. Now Alexander's concerned.
trust me, aside from being robbed, this is the most excitement I'm going to have until tonight.
Oh,
Alexander ends up with
my.
a teddy bear mask.
Alexander sees what she needs. Rubs nose.
Hey, we may be old and it past our prime, but my husband can still give it like a wild donkey. Don't ask me how I know.
Alexander, it was not trying to be. Never mind.
Didn't need to know that information.
Whatever makes your boat float, I suppose.
Let's continue.
Cry about it, mold about it, seethe about it.
I've seen enough dicks to last me a lifetime.
So,
You say like free.
let's start off.
Technically one.
Let's start off with you. You seem to be quite the wise, spiritual person. As they look at you, Kuiper. Would it be too easy to go for this? So I'm getting a couple of different readings here. I could just give you a moon-shaped mask and call it a day, but I'm sensing other things about you as well. Yes.
A lack of moon would be appreciated, thank you.
How about
Yes,
this one
so
then? For
putting
some
it
reason,
inside.
I'm getting really big vibes about this one. She pulls up one that looks to be dragon-shaped.
Tilts his head and looks at it. He's like,
Trust me. The smallest and wisest of them all generally has the most passionate and burning heart like a dragon.
he just sort of hides his emotions a bit. And puts on a genuine smile. Maybe. That sounds good.
See, I know, I know. And you, my fiery-haired friend. For you, I believe there is something strange about you.
I got that a lot.
In that case, you probably won't question it when I reveal this. She will pull up a mask that essentially has the pattern of a yin-yang, where it's like the stylized split into two halves,
Mm,
but each half is like a different face.
cool.
It's just something about this and you. Like
That works.
you're in two minds.
More than you know.
Oh, and that's for the little one. Just hands Umpa a Poro mask.
Yeah, that works.
Umpa just slides it on and just instantly goes.
You are the mightiest Poro in Noxus.
And
I imagine that's not very hard.
as for you,
Fair.
they will look to. They're looking to Mariah for this one. You are a tricky one. Merely
Why?
because, well, for one, I get the feeling that if you don't put this mask on correctly, it's just going to vanish into that giant thicket of hair.
My hair's beautiful, actually. And yeah, it will disappear.
My hair is beautiful, and then the parrot's head just pokes its head out. Ah!
I like parrots. Get back in here.
Just a cannon pokes out the other end.
For you,
Hey.
I am feeling one of these little classic rogue-like designs. It's basically going to be one of those ones that just covers like the upper half of the face. Where it just like kind of sits on the nose. Stylized in black and gold. Because I feel like there's a bit of a dark spirit there. Kind of like a shadow.
That might just be her girlfriend.
What? Oh shit! I forgot about that.
You forget about something like
I
that.
seriously forgot about that.
How? We haven't allowed you to forget about that.
As for you,
It's all week.
Fair.
well, to be fair, given the whole beak situation, the bird one's really going to be the best fit, really, isn't it? But we do have this one here. Oddly enough, not quite sure when this one arrived. It just found it one day and thought, this'll do. And they will hand you, Potoo, a raven mask.
Oh.
And as for you, my big shirtless friend, well, this is the thing. You didn't even need to say that. I've traveled my ways. I recognize a follower of the volley bear when I see one.
Alekxander will take that as compliment.
Then you should definitely take this as a compliment. This isn't even a handmade mask. This is one I actually picked up from the Felyord. They will hand you a mask that is volley bear shaped, engraved with sigils from the Felyord itself. You would recognize these to be from the Ursine tribe.
Oh my. Alekxander.
Also, I'm concerned now what that link is. I can't open that, I'm recording.
You can.
And I now have a virus. Thank you.
So, after you're all handed your masks,
So it's like, what about Nico?
Nico is a Ron mask.
Yeah, but I can change my face, and he said I had to wear a mask.
Oh, fair.
Delris is pouting.
Before before she can even reveal one for Nico, she has already dove onto the stand itself and
Uh-huh.
just pulls out a frog one and just puts it on.
That works.
And I'll take this one. As you just hear like the pitter patter in her feet, as just a long sleeved hand just reaches up and just nabs one.
Ah, there's her girlfriend.
Essentially, but it's the sad version of the theatre mask.
Wow,
Nice.
how very creative. For somebody who is so anti-normie, I can't believe you took something so basic that even Alekxander knows what it is.
Oh, if you want creative. And then Shadow just leans down and picks up the happy one and just kind of fuses it to itself.
Oh, so creative. They work together. Look, one is happy, one is sad. Ha ha ha! Very original.
Hmm.
You know, if she likes it, she likes it. Let's stop being mean to everyone. Be who you are for your pride.
Boo, I'm
You
back.
would say that.
Alexander's getting his jimmies rustled.
That just getting his what? I'll have you know we haven't even gotten to the party yet. Alexander's jimmies will not be rustled just yet.
So, with you all having got on your masks, she'll just say, payment-wise, we can do this one of two ways, you see. Either 3 gold each, or since you'll all be going to the party anyway, just buy me a drink.
Whatever.
I suppose
Drink sounds good.
I'm gonna, before we even, I'm gonna pop down 12 gold pieces.
Oh.
Delris, Nico, Umpa.
Jesus.
Delris, Nico, Umpa.
Microwave.
She puts down 9 gold pieces, actually, sorry.
Tag which one you are. Delris, Nico, Umpa. I can't believe we quite literally found the noise for redacted.
Save it for a soundboard later.
Here we have a Delris, a Nico, an Umpa, SCP-1956 soul.
But yeah, so she pays 9.
Yep.
9 gold pieces for all 3 of their masks.
So those that want to pay now can pay 3 gold. Otherwise, it's just a drink later.
How much is a drink?
Depends which one I'm fancying at the party.
Hence why I'm here now.
Alexander certainly sees a little bit of a little bit of a trick coming, but Alexander takes this bet.
The two just casually gives the 3 gold.
Okay. Kuiper?
Like,
Okay, and how about the smell pepper one?
Here it is.
Here it is, Shanks. I am.
Pulls out a gun. No, she doesn't.
Here it is! Anesthetic!
No. Do you need a doctor? I could be a doctor.
Oh, now you mention it, I've been having a serious pain in my back.
No!
no,
Just like giving the no.
I'm a doctor. I didn't tell you this. I keep it a secret if you don't notice by everyone else. Shocked reaction. I could help you.
You're a doctor?
No! Do
A
not!
doctor, Mariah.
Studied under Mundo.
I'm going to drag Mariah away again.
But what about my offer?
Alexander.
Okay.
Just trying to help.
Alexander does not recommend her method of doctortry. You'll be better
No.
off with one of those fuckers who thinks crystals can heal you.
Oh, I got crystals that can do that quite well here. This one's Well, this
Yes,
one's
but
from...
they go for the non-magical ones.
I mean, that is fair. This one is Targonite. Uh,
Alexander doesn't know what that is.
it's a precious gemstone that from near the top of Mount Targon. Says to actually have healing properties.
I mean, Alexander could have guessed from the name.
They are
Alexander's-
sometimes used in rituals.
Why do I imagine Kuiper still just got the mask on through this?
Just does some adjustments and he's like,
So how do I look?
I mean, Potoo's probably doing roughly the same thing, making sure it fits
sexy.
over his feet.
Is that the right answer?
Thank you? It's hard to breathe in this thing.
You look great, Kuiper.
he just holds a thumb up.
So, while they're doing that, Fright. What were you doing?
Looking for the supposed thieves.
Okay, as you ask around, just roll me a investigation check. You get a couple of people bringing up word of what seems to be some outsiders, basically people that they've not really seen around this place. Only one or two of them seem to match the description, though, of what you were told, which is they seem to have an old granny with them. And they do point you towards the Might District. One of them, oddly enough, that you ask, comes as one of the priests of the Wolf Temple. And as soon as you bring that up, their eyes just widen, they just shake their head. It's like, they're bloody terrorists, that's what they are. They tried to blow up their tribe.
I see.
All because one of them thought it was a pet shop.
He takes a second.
I threw a big cat at them.
I see. That is a grievous situation.
If you want to know where they are, with the...
notified.
Oh, sorry.
Yes, where are they?
The guards took them away to the arena.
Oh, wonderful. Then my job's over.
From what I heard, I've been handed some cheese on toast. Thank you very much.
Are there any beans?
No.
If they've already been taken to
On
the
toast.
arena, then
That was yesterday, I think. Sorry, what was that, Sansa?
if they've already been taken to the arena, then congratulations.
Yep.
My job here is done.
So you make your way back. As you do so.
Oh, look at all of you. Oh, sorry.
Oh, God. Yeah, you do see the party in their masks. Well, some of
Look at
them already
all
wearing
of
the
you. You
masks,
look
some
all-
not yet.
You all look adorable.
Thank you, I
Those are
don't
being
feel
honest.
adorable.
What was that?
I can't breathe.
He just takes the mask off.
Having this
You'll be
shape of a
fine.
face makes me happy that I don't have to deal with that.
Just kind of scoops up Umpa. She's a Poro now.
Oh, that's adorable. Although there are poros about that size, if not bigger.
She will defeat them all.
Well,
For she is
fair
the
enough.
mightiest Poro.
Oh, good lord. This is why we don't give her anything cute. It's like cocaine in her system.
This is our
Oh,
child.
if
No,
she
this is
wants
your
cute
child.
things-
Alexander hasn't quite sired any yet. Calm down.
Well,
Not
as long
quite.
as we're not
Adorable
reenacting the
things,
Poro
I'll-
Wars.
If she wants adorable things, I'll take her by the pet shop later on.
Oh no.
Oh, please, for the
Yeah,
love of
you wanna go
all
to
that
the
is
pet
good in
shop?
this world, do
No,
not
we won't
go
leave for
home.
2 hours. Can I come?
Yes, let's go. Fried is taking them to the military stables.
Yes.
Oh god.
He's taking them to where he's taking them to where they keep the basilisks.
You do realize she's still gonna be like fawning over.
I could just feel Lay just looking at the screen in pure just hatred at me at
Oh
the
no no no
moment.
no! It's not pure hatred. It's laughing at the fact that yeah, the Wednesday party's been there, but came in a different way.
Oh,
Yeah.
They killed a guy in there.
I tried to steal a
oh
baby.
no! Why?
I tried to steal a baby basilisk.
Actually, let's correct this. It wasn't the party as a whole that killed that guy. It was Inferno.
It was Inferno.
Well, that explains quite a bit.
For one episode, quick, murder someone.
Oh, then it'll probably be closed, wouldn't it? Since there was
No,
a
because
murder.
that's not happened yet.
Oh, okay. So yeah, then we'll go by.
That's in a couple of nights' time.
Just to remind those who don't know what a basilisk is, giant fucking lizard things.
Oh yeah, give me a sec.
Time to go get the
They're
petrified
what?
one.
They're Noxian soldiers don't ride horses; they ride giant motherfucking lizards.
Price managed to see for the massive fucking fake eyeballs.
Give me a sec,
God, I'm glad I got a reaction on someone.
because I am going to need to pull up a couple of images here for this. So, as you get taken over to the Might District, it should be noted that the sun is starting to set, but it's not like fully nighttime yet. It's more just becoming dusk when the sky's just starting to get that nice red tint. And it does not want me to save that picture file because apparently it said that picture file is a web dot whatever its name is.
Hey!
Yes.
What?
Yeah, webby.
What?
Web PP.
What? Man, my web
Oh, no, that is
small
also a web
PP.
PP. Fuck's
Yeah,
sake.
Web PP.
So you get taken to the Might District, and the mood is a lot different in the Might District than it was in the Gal District. It seems to be a lot more lively, to put it one way. Everyone seems a bit more joyous, everyone seems a bit more rambunctious. There are people quite literally trying to start fights in the street because someone bumped into someone else.
Huh.
It should be noted, not the two people that bumped into each other tried to start fights, it's people that saw that are trying to start fights.
Oh, Alexander's going to have a good time today.
One of the beautiful things about the Mike District, is that I believe the Mike District is also home to two of the temples, which is one of the temple to the Glorious Evolved, which is in Piltover with Glorious Evolution, and I think the other one is to a specific spider deity that the party has absolutely pissed off.
The
like a
spider
lot of other deities.
deity is in the Guile district, if I recall.
Where's the? Oh, is he in the Guile? Okay, I couldn't remember if he was in Guile or
Yeah.
if his temple was in Mike. I know.
The evolution one, I think, might be Vision, because
Is it in Vision? I thought it was in Mike.
I'm not too sure. It doesn't list it on the wiki.
Oh, I mean, it would make sense for either or.
Yeah. Anyway, you get taken past what seems to be a giant arena, and you can still hear people just cheering in there as if another match is going on right now.
Oh, Alexander would like a piece of that when Alexander gets a chance. But Alexander should probably survive rescue mission first.
Yes. You could die in there, and then your whole party situation might not end up too well.
Could die in there. What sort of fucking arena are they running?
An
Even in
arena.
the Freljord, we don't tend to fight to the death unless it's, well,
And that's
Yes.
why our entertainment value is better than yours.
but surely you have limited resources. Although I
Well,
suppose
so
we
do
have enough necromants.
I mean, that is fair necromancy. Bring them, the opponents back to life. Then you're just fighting a bunch of old mummies. In that,
Alexander means
though,
pondering this probably slightly too hard.
And as
but
you're
yes.
walking towards there, I'm going to make a quick perception check. This individual failed, but I would very much like Kuiper, Delris, Potoo, and Mariah to roll me perception checks.
Okay. Hopefully. Yay.
Yeah, you all spot this. Off to one side, there seems to be a bounty board. And in front of the bounty board, just going through some of the more recent additions, you see a familiar figure.
Oh, that's it.
Is this the lady who impersonated Nico?
Yes.
Yep.
Oh,
It's like, just kind of Delris's face sours immediately. Gone from excitement, pets, to that fucking bitch.
You know, if we're lucky, we might be able to see some Dracalopes.
I think the question is, does Mr.
Is
Fright
she-
notice?
Yeah.
Is she okay? Is she okay?
That over there is the person that impersonated her girlfriend.
Do I recognize the person?
You know, she's known for. She's known extremely well in the Might District. She's basically a bounty hunter that does things not so much for the payments, but just for the excitement of the hunt itself. She is known as Samira, the Rose of the Desert.
That's right. That's kind of who I assumed. He's gonna kind of look from her back to you, back to her, back to you, back to her.
Delris isn't a
Oh.
very big fan.
She's the one that did the whole bam bam earlier, and oh, congratulations!
What?
Even when it comes to fake relationships, very few people have been able to get with her.
Oh my god.
Oh god, redacted's back. So as you... What were you saying to say, sorry?
Huh?
No, I was saying very few people have even gotten fake dinner dates with her. You shall feel very delighted. She's very good at what she does.
Yeah, I'm not a big fan.
That's fair, but it should help to know that it probably wasn't anything gross.
Does she notice us staring at her?
Oh, probably. If she does, Fright will just wave at her.
I mean, you're saying that gives me another perception roll.
Because Delris is, like, staring.
Yeah,
Death
so that gives me
stare.
+4 stuff.
Only a little. She only notices just the hair, just a smidge.
Just a
Just a
little.
7.5-foot tall Minotaur just waving. Just a big smile on his face as he's looking over at her.
And then there's just the angry, tiny one next to him. Because Delris isn't tall.
Sorry, just had a mouthful of toast and cheese.
Toast.
She just looks over after cat frighteningly noticing. And just gets the biggest smile on her face. And she's gonna head over.
Delris is tensing up immediately.
Oh, it is so delightful to see you out and about still. I've heard great things, and I'm happy to see you still in the occupation. Oh, by the way, I believe you and my associate here know each other.
Alekxander looks at the party, who seemingly recognizes this person. Every single one of them just looks at him and goes, Alekxander's starting to get a little bit too used to this.
I think my dear friend here believes that earlier run-ins were a little personal.
I don't care if they were personal or not. She impersonated my girlfriend.
Ah,
Really?
Alekxander sees
girlfriend?
how you might be looking like sourpuss now.
I mean, to be fair, it was for a job.
She is right. It was for an occupation, so.
Again, you really think that matters to me whatsoever?
Well, seeing as we've seen your friend change form as well, I feel like it probably shouldn't. If your friend wants to stop other people from doing it.
No,
I mean,
that's the best part, right? I didn't even have to do any magic. I just stuck a flower on my head.
Wait a minute. Wait just a minute. You're mad at this one for putting a flower in her hair. I know that that's what does a flower thing, but I figured there must be more to it than that. But she just stuck a flower in her hair, and that's impersonating someone.
Oh, I got the accent down perfectly as well.
It is.
She did.
Oh.
Oh, I suppose there's a little bit of accentry involved. Alekxander can sort of see why that be taken a little personally, but like,
wait,
if someone took their shirt off and called themselves Alekxander, and you thought they were Alekxander, well, Alekxander, oh, he'd be heartbroken.
Wait. Alekxander.
Yes, that's a very common name from the Freljord.
Alexander Romero.
That is a slightly less common name from the Freljord.
I've heard about you. Your wife. I slept with your wife.
Christ, that must have been a while ago.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, as she said.
Go on.
No, continue.
Never a while back, but it was memorable.
I mean, yes, Alekxander marries them good. Alekxander knows of the quality that you speak of.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you are the main benefactor of it, after all.
Oh, good lord, I apologize. That got a good kick out of me. Anyways, we're off to see some basilisks and hopefully some jackalopes, but my friend just wanted to say hi to you.
She'll just look to you, Delris, and just smirk. Now, you see, if you had said all that time back that you were a friend of Fright and a friend of Alexander's, yeah, I wouldn't have done the whole deception thing.
We didn't know him then.
Alexander's just there, like, head bomb, just...
Huh. Then be thankful that you do now. She'll just do, like, the noises. She just, like... You don't think she's winking, but you think if you could see underneath her eye patch, she probably would be. She just does, like, the finger guns and just backs away before turning and walking off.
Flicks a coin back, you know. Ding!
It was about 5 years ago, but now that I recall, I think I did have a short conversation with her.
Flicks
I
a
Yeah,
don't
she
coin,
was just as flighty the first time.
Just a short one.
flicks a coin
It
back.
was a short one. I caught her on her way out in the morning.
Flicks a
This is
coin.
a.
Hmm.
Flicks a
I hate
coin
her.
back. You just hear something dimerize her as it hits it.
It's just like
Oh.
I hate her.
I mean,
as
I
you,
seem to recall that wife only had good things to say about her, but I guess she took it a little more personally, huh?
as you say that, Friday's going to pat you on the back. You shouldn't keep things too personal. That'll drive people crazy. I think you two could be fantastic friends, to be honest. Putting aside the whole used to try to kill each other. That happens a lot here, by the way. You'll tend to sometimes want to kill somebody, and then sometimes it'll be your best buddy. Who knows? Anyways, let's go see some basilisks.
As
I'm
you,
gonna.
oh,
It's like I'm gonna go pet something.
and as you get taken into the stables, there seems to be a few people here at the moment. A couple of them seem to be shopping. They seem to be adorned in the usual Noxian military garb. So you assume that they're buying probably not just for pets, but for war animals, essentially. There's a couple of stable boys just rushing around trying to make sure they're all fed, all cleaned out. And there seems to be a well-dressed man at the end with a mustache that curls down and kind of threatens to merge with his mutton chops. As he just walks over, doing like the mayoral thing of just like hands on the jacket edges. Ah, customers, oh, and the fright. So good to see you again. After a
Anyone in
fit,
this town you haven't banged.
we don't talk about last Friday.
There's a lot of things to talk about in this city.
Either way, you're here to browse the wares again, or just to see how they are being upkept? I know you do take quite the interest in how our
Yes.
animals are doing.
I do enjoy animals, but no, actually, my associates had some curiosity in seeing some of the wildlife of Noxus and what is available, and so I thought I might bring them here to see some of the basilisks and drakehounds. So,
Oh, yes, 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 yes. We have quite a few. In fact, which is it that wanted to see these? I'm assuming this one, and he's going to pick up Mariah.
Ah,
I mean, yes, she could have, but actually, these two, he says, pointing to Delris.
I've been picked up. Help.
Oh, it's fine. He picks up things that are vastly just as squirmy and bitey as you. So don't worry, he's good at what he does. You're in good hands, literally.
I
I
don't-
don't bite. Do I bite? Do I
I don't-
bite?
No, but you do explode.
I explode,
She
but I don't.
explodes.
She explodes.
Are you a bomb?
Are you
Here's
a
a-
bomb?
Does she have an
Do I look
activation
like a
code?
bomb to you?
He's just going to
Yes,
hurriedly walk
actually,
up.
you do.
He's just going to hurriedly walk up to you, Delris. How much for this one?
no.
I tell you what, you can have her if you can survive her doctory.
No.
I'm a doctor as well.
Oh yeah, she's a doctor. Yeah, it's very high
Oh.
value.
Do you have any issues? I can fix
Do
them.
you do animals?
No.
No, I don't. I specialize not in animals, so I don't
Oh,
hurt them further. I'm sorry. I maybe one day I'll specialize in animals. We'll have to see.
it's fine. It's just we've had a couple of new entries, a couple of new additions here. We just kind of need their shots.
Oh, if anyone's sick, I could probably try to help.
Oh, they're not sick. It's just, you know, newborns. They need their shots.
Yeah.
Booster shots.
Speaking of, come with me. Come with me. Come with me. You'll want to see this.
Alexander's normally in on the joke, but I wouldn't offer her to give shots to animals
Just
unless she
As-
wants
as
them all
they-
over the floor.
As they go with, Fright is going to be looking at some.
He's going to be looking at some what, sorry?
As they go with the man on the little journey, Fright's gonna kind of just take his own time and look at some of the specimens.
Okay. So, as he leads you to one of the giant paddocks. Now you see, they're kind of shy to the light at first. They prefer it a bit nocturnal, but it is getting nighttime, so they are getting a bit more awake now. But if you just look into there,
Mhm.
are you looking in?
Yeah.
Yep.
Should be noted as well. This is like, how best to put it? Do you know like the kind of paddocks horses are kept in, where it's like the wooden thing where it opens up to let them out, but it's open at the top so they can stick their head out. It's that kind of thing. And as you do so, a giant lizard-like creature just races forward and just slams onto it. Just. And you see, apparently Nick Stonewall Jackson. Ignoring the rider, you see one of these.
Oh wow.
Delris is like, for a minute, just staring at it. Is like, "You're adorable."
Oh,
Yeah, no, this one's kind of aggressive at the moment because she's with Young.
Alexander thinks he's fought one of these before.
Possibly. But she's with Young at the moment. And just scurrying out into view. You see that.
Yeah. Delris
Huh.
is like,
That definitely sold in some cosmetic pay-to-win store somewhere.
"Adorable baby."
And oh, we're never leaving.
Unfortunately, can't sell them at the moment. She's got to look after the young, and the young is too young to be parted with the mother. You get how it is.
Yeah.
Although something tells me you're not buying these for what most people buy these for.
No.
If you're after something that's more pet-like, Izzy does the finger quotes. There's probably a couple here that might be more to your tastes. Do you know what a drake hound is?
Nope.
He will lead you over to another pen, and there seems to be like 4 or 5 of them in there. But what you see is essentially a large wolf-like creature, if it was also mixed with a dragon.
Also adorable.
Like wolf
Anything
body,
you
dragon
don't find
head,
adorable.
tail, wings.
Hang on.
There you go.
Oddly enough, not wings.
Oh,
I
Drake
posted
Stone.
the picture in the D&D chat if you need one now.
I
Drake
was
Stone.
just uploading one then. But yeah, that's what you see.
So cute.
Also very loyal, these things. Pretty much as loyal as any hound or wolf that you're going to get anywhere else. With the added benefits of, well, the draconic tendencies make them a lot more protective. Also there, I've just thrown one into chat. Well, into
Oh, hey,
Roll20.
that one doesn't have armor. Oh, nice.
Kind of like, can I approach them?
If you're going to, be careful.
Kind of steps forward and just kind of crouches down and is like, "Hi."
Make me an animal handling.
Hey.
Yeah, one of them just slowly approaches and just kind of sits down in front of you.
I'll give it scritches.
Takes a while, given the hard scales, but you do manage to find a more softer spot towards the back of the head. You
It's just
assume
like,
it's harder at the front because they do the draconic thing of headbutts for
Yeah.
territory. Or just for play. But as you're there, just petting this stray hound, you all hear a slight jingling. And the seller goes, "Oh, it's gotten out of the pen and gotten in with the Drake Hounds again, hasn't it?
What?
Mind out. Come here, you little..." And you see him quite literally trying to grab something towards the back of the pen.
need a hand?
No, I'll be fine. It's just stand near the gate just to make sure in case it manages to get to slip past me.
Yeah, she'll do that.
And it is going to roll something. Okay. Mariah, make me a dex save.
And I'm back.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Oh shit.
As you're seeing him dodge and duck around trying to grab something, you see it. What is happening across the road? Someone's having a little rave with the lights. They're doing like blinking on and off, like so we tried to do Morse code across the street, but now they've just gone off. They were weird. Anyway,
Maybe someone was just
You see
having
it-
power problems.
you see it juke him to the right and just charge towards you. And before you know it, you're knocked to the ground and you feel something just into your hair.
It's gone. You're never seeing it again.
Oh no. Nothing suspicious.
Did you see where that went?
Don't be
I
suspicious.
think it went like that way. It kind of like points behind her. I
In the
don't
general.
know. It went fast.
Make me a deception check. Let's see how he goes with his insight. If it went past you, then surely your mate there would have gotten it when it got to the gate.
Okay, it fell into my hair.
Oh, Alekxander's not paying that much attention. Don't mind me.
It's fallen into my hair. It's lost.
Mariah's hair ate it.
And you see, raising out of the hair, this thing's head.
Oh, it's so cute.
Because apparently these things are from Noxus. Who the fuck knew?
Yeah, Noxus has a celestial mountain by it.
It's like,
Oh dear Christ, kill me now.
Delris immediately says, "I want."
Oops, sorry. There's a bunch of squeaking coming from here. What the hell's going on?
You'll say hello,
Delris
Alekxander. Say
discovered whatever
goodbye.
that is. Pointing at
Goodbye,
Mariah's hair.
Alexander. Oh, good lord, it's one of those things.
Yep, this particular bell swayer's been a little bit of a pest since we got it. Keeps getting out of its cage and getting into everyone else's enclosures to eat their food. He'll just walk over to Mariah and just kind of pluck it from her hair.
Immediately thinking of the eggplant population plummet.
Oh no, it's got an eggplant in its mouth just munching.
Help me.
I have a
I
population
don't
in my
want
hair,
to
so it sounds like
die.
I cannot stay for that reason. I hope
Honestly, that might be the best way to keep it distracted.
I dread to think of the points where we run out of things to do for campaigns, so we just hold a campaign that takes place in Mariah's hair.
Jesus. Everyone will just be fucking eggplants.
Yes,
Oh,
and I get
no.
to play
Or the
Sharky
pets that end up in your hair.
Eggplants
be
with
the number one
D&D
with the-
classes, so you better be careful. Somebody might throw a fireball and set your forest of hair on fire.
I'm gonna play the eggplant with the pneumatic drill.
Wait, why is Trixton running towards Mariah? No!
Why does Trixton think she's a small name here?
It's just like, look, it's like, he's so cute.
He's also a pest.
But he's adorable, so that makes up for it.
I mean, if you're looking to get rid of a pest, you could probably get it to
One
Delris.
day, the party is going to have to deal with something adorable that punches one of her friends, and she's going to have a crisis of faith then and there.
Haven't we already done that?
I don't know.
By the way, that was partial bargaining.
I mean, if you don't want the goat, I'll gladly have it. They taste wonderful.
Ah! No! You're not eating it!
Just imagine Delris snatching it back and cuddling it fiercely.
How much is the bell?
Oh, this one is it's quite a rare species, so whew. Let me look up here on my list. Yes, thank you for that, Reddit. Just a post, how much do pets cost in Fifi? So, for a rare animal like this... How the hell is that what?
Hmm.
It just gives like the player's handbook prices for animals. Apparently a warhorse is more costly than an elephant.
Yeah.
Yes.
Wow.
That's because, can you name a campaign where an elephant appears that isn't Tomb of Annihilation?
Sadabad.
Fair enough.
Any
They were mammoths, you
non...
cheats. In fact, they weren't even mammoths. You just made them mammoths.
Mammoths?
And then I made myself a mammoth.
You made yourself
Best
a
day
mammoth.
of my life. Best day of my life. Roughly around 200 gold pieces.
One second.
Who just gives the dude 200?
I actually can.
Ah. Too
Oh,
late.
Oh,
I've done it.
wait.
Wait.
We have 2 prospecting buyers here. You know what this means, don't you, Fright?
What?
It means we've got ourselves a bid off.
I mean, it'd be trying
Oh,
both of us
wonderful.
anyway.
Don't ruin this for the man. He loves this.
I don't want to spend more than 200 gold.
Maybe you should just let it loose and see who it goes to.
It won't go.
I agree.
It will go to Mariah's hair.
Exactly.
Well, here's the
I don't
thing,
see
if
a
you don't
problem
want it to go-
here.
The only thing is, if you don't want it to go past 200, then one of you just doesn't bid.
You know what? Let's see how that one goes. And he's going to just put the bell swear on the ground. It's going to look between you all. And it's going to dive in the paddock on the right.
I'm just gonna. I'm gonna like.
Will you hear an upset trumpeting sound?
Ah!
Oh.
I'll look over like.
You see it in the pen of what, to you lot, looks to be a baby elephant.
Is it one of those dragon food elephant things?
No. Fright, you would recognize this to be a tusk beast.
Yeah.
Alekxander, you would know that these... Well, you wouldn't know exactly that it's a tusk beast, but you know, just by looking at it, that looks highly like a Freljordian mammoth.
Alexander thinks he's fought one of them before as well, but
The only the difference is the Freljordian mammoths actually have fur. This thing doesn't.
I'm gonna scoop up the bell.
Make me an animal handling.
To stop it from bugging the elephant baby.
We know where Delris is specced into here.
I actually haven't. I'm not even proficient in animal handling.
Should be.
So you just kind of quickly think on your feet, reach one hand into Mariah's hair, pluck out an eggplant without the parrot biting you, and just gently offer it as it's there going, I'm helping. A nutritious and delicious, come eat me little bell. And then it just wanders over, looks to you, looks to the eggplant, and then looks to Potoo as if it's expected Potoo to pull out 2 eggplants.
Hey, I was getting you for her.
This little shit knows what it's doing.
Oh yeah.
For shits and giggles, pulls up 2 eggplants.
Wanders over to Potoo, then looks over to Delris, expecting 3 eggplants.
3?
These things are intelligent. They know to play people against each other for what they want.
Potoo, stop indulging it.
But it's
Is
funny.
going to reach into his pouch, and he is going to very quickly take some feed out of his pouch, and he's going to toss it into Kuiper's hair.
You quickly find that Kuiper's hair isn't as absorbent as Mariah's, so it just kind of sits on the top as it just looks to Kuiper.
He's just like waving his hands in front of his face. He's like, no.
Just suddenly, Kuiper's head is engulfed by the mouth of a creature as it gets the feed.
Oh.
Kuiper, as you just try to pick these things out of your hair, you notice the faint golden glow on your shoulders.
Look.
You essentially see what are those little blob things that are in the picture with it. Just plucking the bits out of your hair, and then taking them over to the bellsway that's just munching them as they're brought to it.
That is fascinating.
I love
think
him.
I think you've got quite a thing to work out with him, though.
I love these spirit things.
Tosses the 2 eggplants at Delris.
I now have all the eggplants and scoop up the bell.
The bell is scooped up. And I guess whichever one of you two is getting it, pay the 200 and add it to your pet sheet, which I can't believe is a thing still.
Yep.
I love the pet
Stop
sheet.
giving
We should
pets,
have it in
Lee.
more places.
I'm not the one that brought up the pet shop this time.
Who sold the pet?
Actually, you are
tit.
the one that brought up a pet shop, and therefore I went along with this. In that, though, as the party does that with the bell goat, Fright just watching.
Go on. Sorry.
Oh no, sorry, that was an ending. That wasn't a.
You will all
Apology.
hear a familiar voice as you finally kind of calm down this thing. As angry footsteps start to approach, and a large shadow is cast inside, which then kind of shrinks down as the figure actually enters. As he just, a little grumbling Yordle walks over to one of the stalls, boots it open. Get that fitty fit time where you get got here, Skull! And he just drags Skull out of one of the things.
Oh,
Oh,
hey.
good lord, it's this man again.
Hi.
Yeah, hope yours do.
I was actually being friendly to him for once.
So was I!
That's the nicest he's been.
Yeah, that is friendly for him. Question, by the way. You know what? I'm not even gonna ask. I already know the answer.
But as you do look outside as he leaves, you do notice it has become night.
It's also just a trail of devastation and destruction wherever he goes.
Oh yeah, that too. But yeah, it's the Might District of Noxus at night time while the bars are open. It's going to be hard to tell.
Some poor merchant somewhere has their cabbages overturned.
Well,
Bridges!
we should probably head for our festival.
Indeed. And as you start to make your way over there, that's where we're going to call it for tonight, as it's 12:30. Not 12. Oh my God, could you imagine if it was 12:30? It's 10:30.
Can we go till 12:30? I'm kidding.
No, because as I said, me and Rebecca, we've got something tomorrow that we need to do.
God, I wish I had something to do tomorrow.
I will give you cuddles next time I see you, Rebecca.
Thank you.
So yeah, thank you all for tuning in, and we'll see you next time on the Dark Tides of Runeterra. Also, sorry we didn't get to do too much with your new character, Raka. Next week
I'm
is
fine.
when they come in fully.
I've been looking through all of like the little legends and stuff for League of Legends because I started playing TFT more recently. So
I do need to update the list because I did have a list of where you'd find these little legends. And I've not added the recent 2 dragons in.
On another note, I love the freaking Minotaur in the background of the picture here.